yes. It begins now since we just went live. So.
Yay, we're live.
Gotta love that.
New boxes last week?
There's new boxes last week? Huh? Ooh. We'll have to show that off here today then. Okay.
Okay.
You enjoying the weather at least?
Yes, I just hope it stays nice for the weekend. We are
Right.
doing our first camp out for the year on Friday over in Mitchell. So
Sure. Is that a big campground or?
big enough. We're taking them there, and then during the day on Saturday we are doing the archaeology merit badge and going to the Indian site excavation over there and all that. So
Sure. Interesting.
And then, if we're lucky, the gentleman who was there last time will come by again, and he will do stuff with them to take care of the Native American lore merit badge as well.
Momo.
This
issue just came out today.
So how many of those momos do we have? Because one of those might leave with me tonight.
Oh, we accidentally got orders from both Penguin and Diamond, so we have twice the amount we normally get.
Okay, cool. So I don't have to worry about other people.
You don't need to worry about us running on. No, not at all.
Well then, we're about a minute and a half in. Probably could start, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
Are you recording?
Yeah. I guess that means we can start. Yes. Welcome everyone to Rainbow Live Presents Wednesday Night Lights with your hosts
Patrick
and Casey. We've got some stuff here, some awesome stuff here to show off today.
Awesome stuff to show off.
And first thing we're going to show off is these nice new comic boxes.
Never mind the man behind the box.
Nice. So Patrick, from behind the box, tell us what we have.
Oh, we have a new lovely Marvel Rivals with Momoko art on one side. I'm not sure whose art is on the other, but both are very pretty because we've got Jeff the Shark on either side. And if you don't like Jeff the Shark, then I don't like you. Because there's nothing wrong with having something wholesome in comics again. And Jeff the Shark is nothing but wholesome.
Right.
And then on the other side of things, we have the for the new Spider-Man #1, we have the new both sides of the image there for the amazing Spider-Man #1 dropping as of today, and it's got the whole Rogues Gallery coming after our man Spidey in one go. So it's definitely something worth taking a look at there if you're looking for a new storage unit for your boxes.
Yep.
Both pretty, both available as we speak.
All right. And before we switch to our other camera to show off all the other awesome stuff we have today, question of the week there, Patrick, is, since we were talking about a little bit about this being your first camping of the year, correct?
Yep.
What is your favorite, and this is just for you, what is your favorite camp story that you always tell every year?
We have a scout that will remain nameless. This was my first time, before I was the scoutmaster, my first time at summer camp with the troop. And one of the things we tell them is no food in your tents, keep your food in the vehicles, things like that. Be careful with your food because we don't want critters. Not 5 minutes after getting to our campsite, he comes trotting down to our camp area, and right in front of mine and the scoutmaster's tents, he drops a 5-pound bag of trail mix.
Oh no.
And it just spills everywhere. So for the next 3 days, we were really popular with the raccoons. And the trail mix was gone after the first day, but we learned that we needed to seal up the trash cans, and we went to town. We got chili pepper flakes and put those around the campsite. I still think we were expecting legal attacks legal suits from the raccoons from all of the incidents involved at that summer camp, because they are not happy with us by the end. One of our scouts, in retaliation, ate 7 bowls of beans and weenies at a shootout and smoked out the raccoons the rest of the way. They have deemed it chemical warfare, as we say in the troop, and it's a whole thing.
Nice. That is funny. Oh, just hearing about that big bag of trail mix, so that must have been like, and when you saw it, your eyes must have been
I must admit, I went. I sounded like Lurch from the Addams Family.
Sure.
But you know, it's an experience. That same summer camp, I got hit with 20 water balloons at Flags, and we ended up getting the spirit stick the next day for our troop. So I think that went hand in hand. I can't say if that's true, but I'd like to say I took one for the team.
Oh, there you go.
And it was a hot day, so it was really worth it.
There you go. I guess my only question would be off of that whole thing is, since you said you got visited by raccoons and have to deal with the trash, does that mean that you got very little sleep that?
Yes, until you get used to sleeping at summer camp, you don't get much sleep at summer camp.
Sure.
Now I have my, I am suited out. I sleep at summer camp as though I am pretty princess, and I have no issues with that whatsoever. I have my cot, I have my mats, I have my specific pillow I take. I've got the headphones and Bluetooth and all of that all set in. So I am off in my own little world, and I can still be woken up, but if they're waking up the Scoutmaster, they better have a darn good reason.
Right. Well, after those wonderful stories, now we got to turn over to some sports ball.
Sports ball.
Woo-woo. Just a few things here for sports ball. This is all available today. If those of you want to come in and check it out. First, we've got 2024 Panini Select.
Panini.
Woohoo. We've got the Hobby Box, which comes with 2 autographs and 1 memorabilia card per box on average. And we have the Blaster, which comes with Blaster exclusive green flash prisms. So hopefully you don't get too bright of a flash there when you open it up, right?
Yes.
All right. And then after the Select, we have one of our more prestigious products, and this is for the NBA. This is what I would consider on more of that upper echelon tiers for sports cards. We have the 23-24 Panini Immaculate Collection for NBA. So
nice.
This is going to be some of those cards that if you get the right card, you'll get thousands of dollars for it. So those of you that would like to take a chance on this,
take a chance on me. You change your mind.
Yes, we can totally do ABBA for the rest of the day, right?
Absolutely.
If you don't like ABBA, something's wrong with you. What do we got next and that's the it for sports ball. So
we've got some fun stuff coming through here.
I guess it just depends on what you want to talk about first, right?
Yeah, I'm going to start off with what I think our fans will like more, which is coming out Friday. Coming out Friday, we've got new Magic. And oh my goodness, it's the best kind of Magic set because it is dragon based.
Ooh.
So we have the Tarkir Dragon Storm. This is the bundle box that we've got going on. And then we have the play boosters coming on as well. We got the collector's boosters as well.
And if you want to see what the pack looks like, basically it looks like it's just like the art right there on the front of the box. So those of you that.
But wait, there's more.
Ooh.
We got your Commander's deck. So we got your Martyr Surge. We have the Jeskai Striker. We have the Salte Arisen. We got the Termor Roar. And we've got Abzan Armor. So if you are looking for a dragon, if you look for dragons in your sets, we have got you set and then some. Magic is coming into the fold, both chambers, and these sets are going to go quick. I know they are, because when it gets to the dragons for our Magic fans, people go just a little crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're looking to get these, definitely be in here Friday, because we may be running out of stuff by Saturday, and unless we start putting limits on things.
You know, I was actually expecting one of those commanders to be strictly a dragon. So
no, it's normally a person, and it's kind of like a team up kind of thing.
Sure.
And then that
is also Friday.
Also Friday, for the 25th Quarter Century Edition Yu-Gi-Oh card game. So I think, is this a throw? I think this, I'm not 100% on this. This may be a throwback to the original sets. So if you're an old school Yu-Gi-Oh fan, each pack contains 5 cold foil cards of various rarities. So you're going to find some good stuff going on here. So if you're looking for foils, things like that, this is going to be a lot of fun for you to rip into. Maybe you got some kids who are into Yu-Gi-Oh that you've kind of watched with them. This would be fun to crack into the old original stuff. I'm not 100%, but I'm 99% these are throwback cards.
Yeah, and those of you that possibly missed out on those blue eyes, there you go, right?
Exactly. So again, it's always fun to have these come in. This is the big 58 millimeter food grade silicone dice. This is called the Counterattack. It is green in color, camouflage. And again, it's nice to have some of these just at the DM table because if you throw one of the regular dice, it hurts. These are silicone. They bounce a little bit. They're not going to chip furniture as much. I've used them myself many a time when I've had a frustrating roll or two, and it makes it a lot easier come game time.
But the question would be, does it chip teeth or make bruises?
I can neither confirm nor deny. Okay, I can confirm. There have been some bruises. There may have been some chipped egos. But yeah, and definitely don't throw it at the TV. It's still gonna do some damage because it does have, it bounces, but it's got some heft to it too. All right? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like getting chunked by a softball.
Freaking hell! Apparently, we're getting attacked by a banana. Banana.
Banana. And then we have some mercurial dice coming in, and this, it all depends on your color set. But this is a really nice, fun purple set. It's purple. It's sparkly. It's got some really nice kind of depth to it. It's got some silver numbers that really pop. I know purple and silver for a lot of people, that's their sets for dice colors. So if you're interested in something purple silver, we got you taken care of there. And this is where I get really excited. So I had been waiting for years for this game to drop, and when it did, I lost a bit of my soul to it. We have the player character pieces icons for Baldur's Gate 3. So these are going to be the characters from the Baldur's Gate 3 party. You can incorporate them into your game, so that it can be fun to just have characters that your PCs, your players know from lore and things like that show up in your games. So these are a really fun set to come into. You get 7 pieces with the box set, and these are available now. And again, Baldur's Gate 3 characters.
Be kind of interesting if they ever made one for like Dragon Age or something like that.
It would be. It would just be an interesting pairing for the two fields cross over. Mm-hmm. But Dragon Age probably would do its own RPG before doing something with Wizards of the Coast, right? Somewhere to go.
True.
And then we have, along with that, is the Ultimate Baldur's Gate Collection blind boxes. Now, I am one to love these blind boxes. We got a couple other people in the store that love them as well. One of them, our lovely Amanda, has bought a couple already. And then we get to show them off here. We have I'm not going to take this one out of the box. I don't want to damage them coming out of the plastic or putting them back in. But we've got a nice little shambling mound here. So it's always a fun one for a swamp type setting to have your PCs come across that bad guy. And we got some other smaller minis.
So it almost seems like she opened up a case.
No, these are just 2. So with these, you normally get one bigger one and then 3 or 4 smaller ones.
Okay.
We've got a glut here. We have got a bugbear assassin. So that guy's just all sorts of cute and friendly. Can you guys see a good picture on that? I can't really see from this angle. So he's friendly and cute.
Let's see if we can get
if you watch the D&D movie.
Okay. So there's the first guy Patrick mentioned. And then the one that's... There we go.
If you watch the D&D movie, we've got an intellect devourer right there for you. So a little brain guy ready to eat your brains. We've got a werewolf with double battle axes. because that guy just looks like he's ready to hang out on a Sunday morning. We've got little imps. We've got a Gith Bowman, and last but not least, one of my favorites. Just to make sure I've got the right thing. We've got a armored bullet. So again, one of my favorite things to toss up my characters, and the coloring on this guy is just absolutely fantastic. You really get to see that the scale or the armored ridges and things like that. So if you're into these at all, we've got some really nice new sets that dropped recently. Just absolutely fun to look at. The blind boxes, you don't know what you're going to get, but that's part of the fun, is going in and trying to and seeing what you get. You're gonna, and on the sides of the boxes, you can see that we have.
Sure, apparently this guy is too scary for the camera because it stays unfuzzled.
But you're gonna find some Slayers of Baal. You're gonna find some major Baldur's Gate heroes and villains in there. But you're also gonna find some. You're also gonna find some beholders and all sorts of fun stuff in this set. So definitely, it's worth cracking open. It's worth taking a look, and it's just a lot of fun. And that takes us to cars today, of all things.
Mm-hmm.
So two of these, we've got some new die casts that just recently came in. So if you're a car guy, we recently have a 1970 Charger RT.
Now this is 1 in 2,500.
1 in 2,500 for that one.
So limited number for these guys.
Yep. I'm just gonna put him down here for now. We have another 1 in 2,500. It's a 1969 Mustang Boss 429. Another beautiful piece.
Mm-hmm.
And while this one isn't a limited run, this one speaks to my childhood on such a level, it's not even funny. If you're a fan of horror movies like I am, this is the 1971 Plymouth Cuda 340 from the movie Phantasm. It is Phantasm branded. So if you remember the Tall Man and having nightmares about him like I did when I was 7 and watched that movie for the first time, this one is a piece you may want for your collection. It is a lovely car. It has some lore about the movie on the back. It is branded. It is a lot of fun. Woo-hoo. And that would take us to the land of Funko. Woo! I go, you go, Funko. Why don't you go first? I've been talking for a bit.
Yeah, give your voice a little bit of a rest. Before we get to Funko here, we got one more thing to talk about for those of you that love how this joke is. We have what is called a vinyl figure for Dumpster Fire. So in case it's kind of part of Funko Land, since it is a vinyl figure,
and this is a new version of the Dumpster Fire. It is the This Is Fine edition.
Yes.
I'm fine, you're fine, everything is fine. Everything's burning down, but this is fine.
All right, and then for my Funko Land picks, got a couple of Bitty Pops to show. For those of you that are huge Harry Potter fans, we have some Harry Potter Bitty Pops. This one's got Hagrid, Fleur, and Cedric Diggory. And then this one has Hermione, Victor Crumb, and Ginny. It looks like these are all from the one where they had the big ball in the Triwizard Cup. So fun.
Yay, fun.
And speaking of Harry Potter, I did grab a full or a bigger version of Hermione Granger with doing the Leviosa, not Leviosa. I did do that right? I hope. And then going to my childhood, gotta talk about the Care Bears. Apparently, this is the Care Bear cousins. We have Bright Heart Raccoon.
I'm still waiting. Care Bear versus Cthulhu.
There you go. my inner Care Bear was Grumpy Bear, so had a collectible stuffed animal and all that. Did you have a specific Care Bear that mimicked you? Or was you, I should say, that you felt close to?
Not really. I was
not Tenderheart or
my kindergarten teacher gave us all Care Bear pillows for our first grade or for our Christmas that year because I was a Patrick. She gave me Lucky Bear.
Ah, nice.
So I guess I would pick that one.
And another thing from my childhood, even though this is from The Last Ronin, I say my childhood because it is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. My favorite character was Leonardo, so I figured I'd show off his character from The Last Ronin. And those of you that have read that series, we have Leonardo, Donatello, and Raphael. I'm not seeing Mikey over there, so unfortunately, you can't complete the entire collection. Actually, if you look at the back, it's Leo, Donnie, Raph, and The Last Ronin. So, and then talking about a couple of Marvel characters here, we have from Moon Knight. So those of you that are trying to collect the Moonlight characters and don't have this one specifically for ones that have come through our store, we do have this one. I can't think of the guy's name, but there was one of our normal customers that dressed up as Moon Knight. What was it, 2 years ago?
No, he does it regularly. He was at it. He had it at SuperCon this year again.
Okay. So yeah, if he doesn't have this one, well, he's more than welcome to come try and get it before anybody else does. And then also from the most recent Black Panther movie, from Wakanda Forever, we have Ironheart Mark 1. So the one she tried to escape on and then ended up getting captured anyway. So, and last but not least, got to go to DC to talk about them a little bit. From a show that I used to watch when I was younger with my sibling, one of my siblings and his wife, we have Smallville's Clark Kent. So I do have to say, I actually kind of like him as Superman, but I did like him in Cheaper by the Dozen as well. He's really good in that movie.
He deserves more work.
Oh yes, definitely. Oh, and I do love when they brought him back for the multiverse.
And Supergirl.
Yeah.
So this is a true story. When in college, I had a roommate who when we were in our apartment on Thursday, I think it aired on Thursdays if I remember correctly.
I think so, yeah.
People would call to find out if we were doing something on Thursday night, and if they called during Smallville, we would look at who called first because we didn't want to do this to our parents. But if it was one of our buddies, we would pick up the phone and answer who calls during Smallville and hang up.
Funny.
And it was like, and I did it once, and then the next time it would be handed over to my roommate, he would just have the same response to anybody that called.
Sure.
My girlfriend knew, his girlfriend knew, our friends knew, and they would all get that same reaction. And then after Smallville was over, we would return calls, but it was like, who calls during Smallville?
Yeah, that actually kind of sounds kind of similar to when I was a freshman in college, and my girlfriend at the time and all of her roommates, or all of the girls that lived on her floor, all watched Grey's Anatomy.
Yep.
Together. So they were kind of the same way. When Grey's Anatomy's on, nowhere to be found. They're all huddled together watching that show in one of their dorms. So.
Okay. And now back to Funko Land from my side of things. I'm excited for it. I think many others are. I'm waiting impatiently for the last season of Stranger Things, so I'm highlighting the Mind Flayer for my first one here. As we get towards the end of April, and if you are a fan of the genre as I am, I am highlighting this NWO 3 set because we got WrestleMania right around the corner, and I'm ready. I'm ready for it to be WrestleMania season.
Who's the main event this year?
We have two main events, one of which is Cody Rhodes versus tongue-tied versus John Cena.
Okay.
Which John Cena has gone heel for the first time in his career, so that's kind of a interesting way to have him going out.
Sure.
But we have Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, and then the main event for night one is a triple threat match between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk.
Ooh. Nice.
That is looking to be a fantastic match. And because it is springtime, new animes are dropping, and I'm highlighting two that have stuff going on with them directly or nearby. We have two pieces from My Hero Academia. We have Todoroki, which is a really nice Todoroki. I haven't seen that one in Shopee before. And we've got a Dabi. The reason I'm highlighting these is the first episode of My Hero Academia Vigilantes has just dropped, which is a prequel to the original series, dealing with a character who has a really kind of weak quirk, but decides he still wants to be a hero, and it's his story of starting out and fighting. And then after many years, we are finally getting season 3 of Fire Force. And we've got Shinra, we've got Arthur right here, the main two firefighters from Fire Force. So if you are a fan of that series, it is back. We've got the Funkos. They're probably going to be popular again because it's a brand new series. So people are going to go back and watch the first couple seasons. So it may be worth grabbing them while you have the cheats.
There you go.
And that takes us through Funkos.
Woohoo! So we have plenty more Funkos on the table and in the shop. For those of you, I can just looking from here, like I said, if you wanted to continue the collection of the Last Ronin characters, I can see if you haven't gotten all the Iron Man for the Hall of Armor Funkos. We have Iron Man Model 4.
We have Dragon Ball Z. We've got a whole mess of Marvel. Minnie Mouse. So we've got some of the 50-year anniversary stuff for that. So if you're looking for something, if you're looking for something, come on in. If we can't find it, we'll get you something close.
Yep. Patrick's definitely, and I'm more than happy to as well to help you find whatever Funko guy you're looking for, if we have it. Unfortunately, there have been times where we don't.
Yes, so. But we are willing to take a look.
Yeah. And last but not least, banana. So you guys have a good night. We're open till 8. If you can't make it tonight, we're open again tomorrow at 10. So
drive safe, drive to arrive, have good times, have good mosh pitting,
and enjoy the rest of